Oh my goodness.
I know. Very dramatic.
So Monster Hunter.
Yes.
So
So before, I just want to state my experience.
sure.
I tried to play the one on the PSP.
Oh yeah, yeah. That would
Um,
explain. That would
I
explain a
don't
little bit.
remember which one that one was.
Freedom Unite is the one that's in the U.S. I believe. There, there might be a second one.
But they don't region lock. That's the thing.
Well, they don't, but it's like so. This is the telephone riddle. Finally,
Hmm.
the majority of the Monster Hunter games, especially on the PSP, just they haven't been released in English at all. Like they're only Japanese.
Right.
But Monster Hunter Freedom Unite is the last one that was released for the PSP, and I think there were a couple other Monster Hunter Freedom games that did get released in the U.S. on the PSP. But like that, yeah. So
I don't know. But
continue.
it was loaned to me by a friend of mine, and he's like, "You should play this. It's my favorite game." I said, "Okay, you like Monster Hunter. I'll give your game a try. I'm pretty sure you like it, and I might like it too, since we've always talked about RPGs and good job and
Yeah.
JRPGs." So after 3 hours, I gave up. I literally did not understand
So
the
what?
point of the game.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Because, like I
It's
said, if I'm going into a game, I want to go into it blind. Because I don't
yeah.
want someone to tell me what to do.
It's a very. It is a. So Monster Hunter is a very acquired taste. Um, because it is like there's Ratcatcher again for some reason. Lord only knows why. He actually has a full like story, like backstory given to him here for. Okay, Ratcatcher. Who knows who the Ratcatcher is?
I don't even know who that is. But continue.
Um, like Monster Hunter is like it's a very difficult game to kind of explain to people. I think because it's like the point of the game is grinding,
Right.
and like that's not an easy thing to like. You can't explain that as kind of oh, but it's actually fun, you know. Because people are like, oh, well, you're going to spend hours and hours killing the same things over and over again so that you can collect a little bit of meat and leather strips so that you can craft your armor and weapon. Oh, why? Why not just. And it's like. But it's one of those games, like, for me, I treat it the same way that I do Diablo,
Okay.
which means that it's like it's a game that I don't have to be 100% focused on it, and I can play it while I'm doing other things, and I can just kind of load up Monster Hunter, play a quick mission or two, spend like an hour or two playing a couple missions and have a lot of fun like chasing down really big ridiculous monsters, and I find it to be a lot of fun because like it's just this really simple kind of it's like a cathartic release in a way, because it's so simple and yet it's so like the game itself is really complicated. Like I say that I often kind of say that Monster Hunter is a lot like Dark Souls in a way,
Okay.
because mechanically it's so much more than what it looks like or sounds like on the surface, and that's kind of the token that makes it really a real acquired taste, because it's going to be off-putting to a lot of people.
Right.
Because it's so weird and different, and it doesn't seem to have kind of a central point, because none of the games are like story focused or anything like that. They literally just throw you in and are like, oh, monsters messed some shit up, now go kill them and become like the big badass monster hunter. So it's like, if you can get into that, then it's really fantastic, because there is so much complexity and depth to the games that it's like, that's kind of what keeps me coming back, even more than the fun of kind of working out how to take down a monster. It's like, all of the weapons have incredibly unique and different like move sets that function in really, really weird ways. Like, it has some of the most unique weapons I've ever seen in like an action game or an action RPG or anything like that. And like the way that those weapons kind of interact with the monsters that you're hunting, it's like, maybe this one weapon that you're working for isn't actually the best weapon that you can kind of get for a particular situation, you know? And it's just like, there's so many things to think about, but at the same time, it's such an easy game to play kind of mindlessly.
Okay. Well, because it's weird, because, like, I like Diablo, and that's a game where you just grind and, you know, shut your brain off and grind.
The difference, the difference, I think, is that in Diablo, everything is much more immediate.
That's fair.
Yeah, because in Monster Hunter, like, you're grinding, like, all of the rewards you get from grinding are things that you have to do yourself. Like, it would be like if the grinding you did in, like, if you didn't get gear as drops in Diablo, but you got all of the things that let you craft the gear yourself. Like, that's kind of the difference between Monster Hunter and Diablo in my mind.
Okay.
And so, like, so Diablo is a bit more of a, like, I would hesitate to say that it uses Skinner box techniques, but it functions that way because it constantly gives the player new incentives to continue playing, because you're constantly getting more and more new equipment. Whereas in, you know, Monster Hunter, everything's a lot slower.
Okay.
But yeah, that's so my experience, like, the reason that here's this guy again as well.
The truth will soon be shown.
I wonder what truth he could possibly mean. This is the last symbol that we needed to scan, actually. Thank you. And now we get to align all these glyphs. And then we're going to resolve this side quest.
That looks like it fits over the map of Arkham City.
Thank you, Batman.
Yeah, he has to explain it to us because 4 points with 4 markers couldn't be figured out.
Symbols have marked a point on the map.
Oh, don't know why you just got cut off there, but okay. We'll go there eventually. So the reason that I didn't get Monster Hunter at first was because I started with Monster Hunter 3 on the 3DS, and the problem with that is that I fundamentally don't believe that you can play Monster Hunter on the 3DS without having the second analog stick.
Right.
Which is a very similar problem that the PSP games have, and it's why I have Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on my Vita, rather than my PSP, because with PSP games on the Vita, you can map the second analog stick to kind of function as other buttons. So with Monster Hunter on the Vita, you can map the second analog stick to function as the camera.
Oh, okay.
But so when I first started playing Monster Hunter 3 on the 3DS, like, I didn't have the second analog stick. And Monster Hunter 3 in particular introduced underwater fights, which required extensive use of the camera to look around and swim. And that was a big problem, because to control the camera, you had to use the 3DS D-pad.
Which is a bag of bollocks.
That too. But to move, you had to use the analog stick, obviously.
Right.
And all of this meant that you could not swim. Like, you couldn't actually swim while moving the camera, because you have to take your thumb off of the analog stick to move the camera around. And like, you could have used the 3DS touchpad to like map the camera to the touchpad as well, but it's like, why? Just don't even. But like, it's much easier to just get the Control Pad Pro thing for the 3DS, or to get like a new 3DS with the little analog nub thing. It's
yeah.
Like, just play it that way, because that's how it's actually good.
Yeah, I mean, off topic a bit, but that's kind of the reason why I want to get the new 3DS, because...
Also, real quick, we're going to resolve this side quest. There we go.
Oh.
And we're going to figure out who this guy is, finally.
I already know who he is.
Don't spoil it.
I won't.
I knew you would find me. It wasn't.
I wonder who voices him, actually.
I don't know.
It sounds like a familiar voice.
We have been given many names, but you will come to know me as Azrael.
Oh!
Servant to the order
Oh!
Just what I need. Another secret society.
Oh, shut up, Batman.
Like
Like, you're one to talk.
He kind of runs his own secret society in
Yeah,
the comics.
seriously, yeah.
You are the one who will save this day. And in doing so, events will occur that you cannot stop. From the ashes of Arkham, the fires will rage and Gotham will burn. And you
So,
will burn too.
people may or may not know.
Shut
That-
up, Batman. Jesus.
The message has been
Yeah,
delivered.
Batman is...
We will meet again.
Oh. Oh, interesting. He was, so the guy who voiced him, Azrael, there, did the voice for Cyborg in the Teen Titan animated series.
Huh.
And he also voiced, Aqualad in Young Justice. So, that would explain why I recognized his voice.
Okay.
Anyway, that's Azrael.
Yeah.
I hinted when we first saw him that he was a big player in the Nightfall arc back in the 90s.
Yep.
Which people
For a very
may,
good reason.
Yeah, which people may or may not have figured out. But
Yeah, it's huge.
yes. So, new 3DS.
Looks like another
Yes,
victim
new
of
3DS.
to scan the area to see if there are any more clues.
Oh, I was about to ask what's going to happen with this thing.
Yep, we're gonna resolve this as well.
Cool.
We're actually gonna run into a bug with this side quest.
Oh.
And then removes the face before bandaging up the head. It's definitely him, and it looks like he's.
We're gonna have Batman berating Barbara Gordon more as well, as because of course.
Of course.
Random attacks.
Whatever.
Yeah. But you want to get the new 3DS, what, because it has the like analog nub?
Yeah, and it's bigger because like I've had some problems playing the later or the newer Pokemon games,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to like skating around. It's super, or just moving around in general, but skating around is just very hard.
But there must be a mistake. This can't be correct.
I think that the
You.
like one of the problems in X and Y was that the camera just wasn't kind of designed for it. because obviously that was kind of the first time they did that sort of thing.
Right.
I don't know how to say this, but
What's wrong, Barbara?
I've been thinking about the identity.
Let's just
theft
dance around in this trash while we talk to her.
But how can you actually be sure that it
Uh-oh.
wasn't you who killed those people? I mean,
She's questioning my
were your
sanity.
fingerprints at the scene?
I don't appreciate that, Barbara.
Not intentionally, but clearly you're not well.
Oh, snap.
That place is full of maniacs who can take advantage of a situation
You know,
like
like
that.
Scarecrow.
Think about it. What if Crane got to
Oh,
you again?
wait.
You know Strange's reputation. Maybe he planted the idea back
Oh,
I
snap.
don't like it, but
It wasn't me.
I'm okay, Barbara, I swear.
of course. I'm sorry. I just, well, you know.
I
She has a point.
well, yes. So I actually I got the Control Pad Pro for the 3DS, obviously for Monster Hunter, like exclusively for Monster Hunter, basically, because you don't need to bother with it for any other game.
Right.
But I really like the, like, I have a normal, like, small 3DS because I have kind of normal, small, wimpy little hands. Delicate, dainty little things, apparently.
Well, I have a normal 3DS, and I don't.
So,
It's very awkward for me.
this is the bug, by the way. We have this guy. He's here. He's dead. We're not getting the trigger to continue the side quest, though. And we are trying to, trying to kind of figure out how we can trigger that. It's spoiler alert, not gonna work. But the normal 3DS by itself is a little small for me. Like, plus it's just blocky in general, and
Yeah.
but but with the Control Pad Pro, I actually really like the size and how it fits in my fingers. Like, because I'm pretty sure the Control Pad Pro technically makes it like wider than a 3DS XL anyway. And it certainly makes it thicker, but like it's very, very smooth and curved, and it's a nice size so that it's not too large, but it's not tiny, and it just feels really nice to hold. And so like my reason for wanting to get a new 3DS is basically exclusively Xenoblade Chronicles.
Right.
So we're gonna try to trigger this again. It's not gonna work. Oh well. The way that I fixed that bug was reloading the game. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't trigger the dialogue, but reloading the game fixed it. So helpful hint if anybody else.
No. Don't ever say that.
Oh, but look at how we threw him.
I know, but no.
Batman didn't appreciate it either, apparently.
It's a little rapey.
Oh God, please, don't do this.
We're almost done with the these political prisoner side quest kind of guys as well, as it happens. Acts of violence. And that riddle. I never remember that the bat signal is on top of this building, ever. Like, never. And
Which building is it on?
It's the GCPD.
Oh. How could you not know that?
Exactly. It's like, well, like, I
You
guess
need to
when
explain that.
Well, I guess when I'm playing the game, it doesn't, like, when I'm in the city proper, like gliding around, searching for riddles, or just kind of like moving for progression purposes, it doesn't register in my mind that this building is the police department, because like it doesn't really look like a police department to me. It's got all of these really ornate like pillars on the very top of it, and they're like there aren't any police cars that I can see anywhere around there. Like, you have to go through this really obscure, like, you have to break through a wooden wall to find the parking lot. And it's like, so it doesn't register in my mind. Thank you again for the puns. You know, he hasn't been seen since he was attacked in Arkham Asylum. But he's apparently around here somewhere, because his stuff showed up. And this is me trying to figure out how to get the Riddler trophy right there. So, like, it doesn't register in my mind that it's the Gotham City Police Department. And so I never remember that the bat signal is on there. Yeah. You'd figure, like, especially since you have to go in there, like, oops. You have to go in there, like, 3 or 4 times throughout the course of the game, too. Like,
Well, it's not even that. It's like that's where the bat signal is in canon.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but also, I always wonder why the police department building is in the area that they turned into a massive penitentiary. Like, because, oops, there we go. That's what we were trying to get them to do. Because there aren't any police here anymore. So, why did they turn the police station into I don't know.
Reasons.
Actually, I think they have a different police station that is in Arkham Origins, which is part of South Gotham, quote unquote, which is not part of the world in this game. So maybe it's just a police department that they don't use anymore or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows?
I don't know. But we'll be almost done wrapping up all these side quests in the next video. And so that should be exciting, huh?
Hooray for that.